It's the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on Saquon Barkley.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Condors of Virginia Beach taking on the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for visiting Virginia Beach, and this is what every one of these guys waits for each and every week, CD, that moment of anticipation just before the game begins.
I know most of these guys have played well over 100 games dating back to their high school days. Imagine that number if you go all the way back to the Little League type of ball. But that excitement before a game, it never gets old. They all know.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try to run forward Barkley. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week. But all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Throwing, Mayfield. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. You look at this Carolina defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You have no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game. That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Fielded at the 20. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, Try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 22 carries, 109 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
And this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain there of 21 yards. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he'll get this down only to the 18.
Holding offense. What's the deal, y'all?
Titus Howard, right tackle, the man flag for that one. Herbert. His throw incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Holding offense. What's up, man?
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Barkley toss play left. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Here's Herbert. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and out. And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. The numbers in last week's ball game for Wilson. 7 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Bigsby. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And Bigsby once more. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's Mayfield. Screen play, McKinnon. Able to push his way through. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't it?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands, and as soon as that hand is watched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there. Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation?
That's true.
Right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. On 1st down, it's Herbert. He'll find Hodgins there complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Barkley with a carry on 1st down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming. Now Saquon Barkley. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now a 2nd and 2. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And that one complete to Hodgins. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really good pickup yards.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Barkley, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Another try for Barkley.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Herbert. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jordan Akins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Well, the Virginia Beach offense set to take over.
Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
On the ground with Bigsby to start the drive.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Mayfield down.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
They'll get the hook up there to Woods.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over it from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Well, the Virginia Beach offense set to take over. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series. But what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Mayfield's throws on target to Duvernay.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Stopped in his tracks and given a loss on that play by Patrick Queen.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. To throw, Mayfield. Got a man, it's Darren Waller.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
Going for it with McKinnon. Yeah, brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
From the gun, Bigsby.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 27-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Mayfield.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Mayfield looks to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Darren Waller. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Condors are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive is success, 19 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Barkley on first down, running into a wall as he's stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the second quarter. Amari Cooper, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the half will begin with a touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Mayfield on first down.
Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. You mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Third down, Mayfield.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on third down.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Bigsby. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Foster Moreau, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Condors take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Herbert now. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line.
Here's the Virginia Beach offense out and ready to go again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the gun, Mayfield gonna look deep for Wilson.
It's tipped, but it doesn't matter. He still catches it.
It's a big play there. 54 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Working out of the gun, Mayfield.
That's going to be caught by Bigsby.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 7.
Mayfield with it once more. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Tank Bigsby punching it in from a yard away. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Ashton Doolin now to return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
First and 10 at the
Barkley inside handoff, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's Herbert. And this is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Well, the Virginia Beach offense set to take over.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Now 2nd and 9.
brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
Now Mayfield. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Condors.
Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter from Charlotte.
Mayfield to throw it.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Von Bell. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
Herbert. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A shotgun snap for Herbert.
That one deep for Hodgins.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Panthers.
Isaiah Hodgins.
48 yards.
And the Panthers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And here's the Virginia Beach offense out and ready to go again. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Oh, what a move. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Third and 2, Herbert.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Herbert. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Isaiah Hodgins
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Panthers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Virginia Beach offense set to take over.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
He's got his target. That's complete. Now he's loose down the middle of the field.
And touchdown!
Garrett Wilson,
77 yards.
And the Condors use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now Moody for the PAT.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Defense.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
He'll find Hodgins there, complete.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
And that one complete to Hodgins.
So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And this offense on 3rd down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now it's Herbert. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Offense.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
A 51-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
A 1st down throw from Mayfield.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 22-yard.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Throwing, Mayfield. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Mayfield looks to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Robert Woods from 3 yards out. And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now the Virginia Beach offense set to take over. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Bigsby with a carry to begin the series. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And it's fielded at the 34. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. It's Barkley on the counter. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Here comes 2nd down. From the 50, here's Herbert. Open man has got it, the tight end.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Barkley. But he won't quite make it.
He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over.
Mayfield to throw.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now Mayfield.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get?
Robert Woods! And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
This game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Second down. Here's Barkley again.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
But you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Here's 1st down.
They'll go to Barkley again.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. He's made 2, he's missed 1, this time for the win. And his kick is indeed good, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for Carolina, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will hit the road.